Hello and welcome to Doing Life Together, episode 43. It is Sonia Eckel, your host, and it's so good to see you all. I hope you're having an amazing week. My week has been jam-packed, actually, and it's been really good, jam-packed, but it's been really full. So anyway, I hope you guys are all doing great. Happy birthday to the baby of our family. Sam just turned 14. So excited. We had a super fun little party and it was lots of fun. So anyway, I love watching these young men grow up. It's so amazing. I know some of you have grown children and grandchildren, and some of you might even have greats. And what a joy to do that. So our nieces and nephews, all the things. So, okay, let's jump in tonight. And I put in the comments a wellness hack that is completely free and super powerful, and that humans were made to do on the regular, that we've kind of taken out of our lifestyle these days. So who's ready for it? Let's go. Okay. So before we jump into that, actually, I just want to remind you, last week I let you know I am going to be doing a wellness hacks masterclass, like an hour or so on Zoom. It won't be a large group of us, but I feel like wellness is such an important topic, because if you do not have your health, even if you have money, it's hard to enjoy it when you don't have the energy to enjoy it, or you've got health challenges, and it's happening at younger and younger ages. And I just feel like it's such an important topic. And honestly, there's so many health tips that are completely free. They aren't going to cost you an arm and a leg. Now, obviously, if you've been in the wellness arena for a while, you also know there are health hacks that do cost some money. So all of the above, but start with the simple and the free things and watch your health turn around, honestly. So I'm doing this little, it's just wellness hacks webinar, or not webinar, it's more just, it's going to be a Zoom, right? So call it what you want, a workshop, masterclass, I don't care. But I just put it at healthylivingmakeover.com just to make it easy for you to go and sign up. And then I'll send you the Zoom link, and I'll see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time. And it's free. I will be so excited to see you on Zoom, because that way I get to see your face. This way I'm usually talking one direction, and though I do love your comments. So speaking of comments, if you can put a shout out in the comments so that I know you're here, whether it's like, hey, what is your biggest wellness tip? What have you applied in your life that has really helped you create a healthier life? I'd love to hear. All right, so we're going to talk about something. It's free, it's very natural, and it's simple. And it's called grounding or earthing. All right. So some of you probably have heard of this. And like so many things, sometimes we can have the knowledge, but not apply it, right? Like, oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Oh, yeah, I know about that. But the magic is not in the knowing. The magic is in the applied knowledge. They actually just working it into your day. So I wanted to just first of all talk about what is earthing, what is grounding. If you're brand new to this concept, it's just a fancy word that someone slapped on standing on our earth, right? So going outside and standing on the ground. And what this does is, the more I study the human body, the more I realize we are really, really, really electrical beings. Like when I went through physical therapy school and anatomy lab and physiology and all of that, I missed the point of how electrical our body really is. And you guys know that, because if you have a heart attack, what do they pull out? Some electricity to basically jolt and get things reset. But anyway, so our body has electrons and protons. Now, I'm not an expert. You guys know, doing life together, I'm not coming to you, even with my PT hat on, I'm just coming to you as a fellow journeyer who has spent almost a quarter of a decade deep diving wellness. And I did that because it is like outside of my spiritual health, which is my number one. I just I'm all about God. But outside of that, I've spent countless hours studying it because it's like a core value to me. Wellness just goes so deep to me, I guess. So at any rate, I'm really excited to have you join me. It is, let me give you that website again, and it's free. Just go sign up. We'll send you the link, and I'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central. So someone want to pop in the comments, this website, healthylivingmakeover.com. healthylivingmakeover.com. And it's just going to be a quick little snapshot of your life and places where you can wellness hack. All right. Okay. So thank you for letting me go on that train for a second. So what is earthing? It really is, you're just in direct contact with the earth's surface. Why doesn't it happen much? Well, if you think about it, almost all of our shoes are made out of a non-conductive material. So if you think about your tennis shoes, rubber sole, like that breaks conductivity. And so if you're wearing shoes all day, then you are missing this connection to the earth. And the earth has, again, as I understand it, it just kind of neutralizes our body's electric status. Now, being electric beings, someday I'm going to have an expert on EMFs come on. I think it's so important that we understand electromagnetic frequencies and what they really are doing to our body. Like the research that's been done just on our cell phone, which so many of us have on our body practically 24/7 or right by our head as our alarm clock. Like we've got cell phones, we've got the Wi-Fi, like lots of things. And as electrical beings, that kind of matters. And so when you go outside, it's able to sort of like, I don't know, electrically reset or detox us or just neutralize and just kind of reset our body a little bit. So it's a little bit of an antidote to the electric world we're placing ourselves in. You guys often hear me talk about the chemical soup that most of us swim in our own homes, right? That's made up of your cleaners. If you've ever walked by the aisle at your local store, you know when you're nearing the cleaning aisle because you can smell it quite a ways away. I may have shared with you, I went to buy coffee one day and they had the strongest smelling laundry soap right across the aisle from it. And it was so strong. I was just like, oh my word, that is off-gassing into my coffee. I'm not okay with this, right? I wish that they would like have us put on a hazmat suit before we walk down the cleaning aisle. And if you have even cleaning products in your home, even if you're not using them, keep in mind that they do off gas right through their containers, which is shown by how strong the cleaning aisle smells. Okay, fair? So I'm talking about chemical soup, which your biggies are, look at your laundry. And that's one of my favorite things. Like if someone comes to me on a Norwex front and they're like, how can I detox my body best? First, what's the most important thing? Yes, using the microfiber to get all those cleaners out is super important, but I think laundry might be even a more important first step, simply because even like when you're outdoors, you're not in the chemical soup of your home, although we know outdoors is not perfect either, but they've shown indoor air to be more toxic in the average home than outdoor air because of all the stuff we bring in. So I think laundry is super important because our skin absorbs everything. You can put a simple little patch on and deliver just about anything into your body. And so if you are laundering your clothing with potentially harmful ingredients, and if you're not sure if they're harmful, there are some great websites out there. EWG.org, I used to refer to it a lot. I do now think that there's a little backside, whatever, but I think it's a really great site. So EWG.org would be a place to start. I'm trying to think of another one. Anyway, there's great websites where you can just put in your product. I just heard about another one that I actually put the app on, which these apps, who knows? But anyway, so clean up your laundry. It's one of the simplest places, and it can make a huge difference in your overall wellness, your energy levels, because when your body doesn't have to deal with all those unnecessary, potentially harmful, toxic things, it can have more energy, right? Like all that is sucking your energy. So start with your laundry, look at your cleaners. That's easy with Norwex. Clean with just water, y'all. Like seriously, it will change your life. And then third, and I always talk about this, I was raised on a farm. And so my mom always loved the house to smell good. And so anything that was related to making anything smell good was probably in our home growing up. And later on, mom like learned, and she moved to essential oils, and she healthied it all up. But those things you plug into your wall, those room sprays that you spray into your breathing air. Let's see what else. Yeah, even candles. Like candles are not necessarily a health thing. So look into that, right? So, okay. We do, in the average home, many people do swim in a bit of a toxic soup because of, and those are just like top of mind things. But we also do swim in an electronic fog. I mean, think about all of the waves and everything like that. So getting back to grounding or earthing, this is just one way we can counteract the fact that in modern society today, most everyone owns a cell phone. Most everyone has it close to them. We've got Wi-Fi. We've got cell phone towers. We've got 5G. We've got all these things. How can we help our body navigate this? Amen? All right. If you're just joining me, welcome. And I'd love if you'd share in the comments your biggest wellness hack that you've learned so far. Because I know I'm not alone on this wellness journey. I know that all of us are pretty quickly realizing that if I don't feel great, I don't show up in life the way I could show up in life. Amen, right? Okay, so here's some perks of getting your feet on the ground. Now, I know some of you are like, there are bugs out there. And when we moved to Texas, I would go up because it was warmer year round. So I was able to do it like all the time. And I would just go stand out there. A perfect time, if you want to really optimize this, a perfect time to go stand out on the ground barefoot is at sunrise. Now, I know that's optimal. I personally don't really do that all that often because I have sort of built my life in a way that I can sleep in a little past sunrise. But if you are an up at sunrise type of person, or if you want to become that person, doing this at sunrise, you get double benefit. However, I do it in full sunshine, because I could do a whole other training on the power and benefits of the sun. It's amazing. So going out and getting sun, I believe every single human being should go out and get sun, preferably in the morning for your circadian rhythms. Get sun. You don't have to be out there for 3 hours and fry your skin. No, just get out there. I like to do it with no sunglasses because I learned several years ago that the eyes also need the different light levels. And so I'm not staring at the sun, but I am out in the sun and exposing as much skin as possible, feet on the ground. And I try to do that at least once a day. And that it's so simple, it's so free, and it really, really has dramatic effects. So good quality sleep. You know what? Sleep is probably one of the top things. And I've talked about sleep, but I know it used to be a badge of honor if you were one of those people who only needed 5 hours or only needed 6 hours. Like it was worn like, oh my word, you really are the GOAT, as my kids would say. I loved learning from Dr. Amen, who does brain scans. I was blown away by this, actually. And so I actually heard Dr. Amen speak in person years ago. I wonder if it's been almost 10 years. And he was putting up brain scans. And he did brain scans of football players. There's a reason that I am like this for football. I have I have 4 boys and I live in Texas. Like, try being a little anti having them play football on that. All you Texans, if you know, you know, okay? Football is like everything here in Texas. And I have seen the brain scans of football players. And I know that helmets have gotten better, thank goodness, and they're trying to make, better rules. But the fact is, it scared the pants off me. I was like, this is awful. This is like a precursor. Anyway, not good. Also saw the brain scans of people with dementia and Alzheimer's. But what really was so interesting, and alcohol. We were told many years ago that some alcohol is really good for your brain. The more studies they do, the more they come out at like 0% alcohol is good for us. Now, if you want to drink some, that's on you, whatever. It's not, but this whole glass of wine every night, it's been kind of debunked. Do your research, because once studies get released, a couple weeks ago, we talked about female hormones and hormone replacement, and a study that's been debunked, but still everybody hangs on to, because once it's out there, it's out there. And often once things are debunked, I notice it's done kind of quietly. It's not like it's really announced to the population that this actually wasn't the truth or wasn't quite right, or that it was a little bit of a faulty study or whatever. So hashtag do your research. Everyone put hashtag do your research in the comments. Like, seriously, this will change your life when you learn how to do this. Now, speaking of hashtag research, I've put hours into it. I was researching health breastfeeding my babies. I have put in so many hours. And honestly, one of the best things you can find on your wellness journey is a super strong mentor who's done the research, so that, because most people do not have hours to invest there. And even if they do happen to have hours to invest, they don't have the mental and physiological energy to do it, right? So find a good, strong wellness mentor that is gold, that really can help you shortcut stuff. So back to Dr. Amen and the quality sleep. So he showed all of those brains, and then he pulled up a brain and he shared that this individual was one of those, I only need 5 hours a week. I do great. I don't need more, or a week, goodness, a night. And he said that this individual, and this gal was a girl, that he had to share with her that although she was dynamite, like killing it, right, on all the levels, she was coming to him for a reason. And her brain was showing that although she thought she was doing fabulous on 5 to 6 hours per night, her brain had another word to say. And so, speaking of brain health and sleep, it is during the sleep cycle, as it has been explained to me, that there is this cool thing that happens to the brain. And it was explained to me like it's almost like a car wash inside your brain, but it only happens during your sleep cycle. So if you are cutting yourself short on sleep, you're missing out on so many critical things. And for all the young people out there, growth hormone happens in your sleep. That's where your body is able to also do that. And all the kiddos, I know a bunch of people are taking human growth hormone, and it's a conversation. Like my kids, they're all lifting weights and stuff. And the word is like, I don't know what they told me. It's like half the people at most gyms are supplementing HGH or testosterone, different things. And then you have someone who's not, and then they're comparing. Anyway, interesting. But guess what? Human growth hormone actually happens, I believe, generated as we sleep. I hope I'm not mistaken on that. Do your own research. Check me on this. But so sleep is critically important. And even if you think, hi, Helmut, good to see you. Even if you think you are getting plenty of sleep, your brain might be telling a different story. So, and then I've talked before, I've done doing life together on sleep etiquette and ways, because a lot of people who don't sleep say, well, I'm just not tired. I'm just not tired till 3 a.m. I'm just not. That's a circadian rhythm issue. And getting back to our original topic of grounding is amazing for helping you reset your circadian rhythm. Getting out in the daylight in the earliest as you can morning immediately helps your body reset that circadian rhythm, okay? So grounding also helps your sleep quality. So we've talked a little bit about that. It also reduces inflammation as well as pain. So it's been shown to increase the flow of electrons from the earth into your body, which is a good thing. And then that starts neutralizing free radicals. And often that can be a big cause of inflammation. Once you dive all into the wellness community, you realize that inflammation is one of the biggest issues with overall health. So and then also like mood, if you find that you are in high levels of anxiety or depression, hey, welcome to planet Earth. Based on the chemical soup you're probably swimming around in at work or in your home, and based on this electronic like highway of all the different wavelengths and stuff happening around us, it would probably be a slight miracle if you weren't doing some of these wellness hacks, if you did not have some anxiety, some depression, some of all of that. That just means your body is not at ease, right? Those are signs. So this might be a super simple and free way for you to start resetting and helping your body recover from all the things that it is trying to deal with and protect you from, right? So your immune system, it reduces stress. Now, this is a biggie. We talked earlier about women's hormones, and I shared the little I know about estrogen, progesterone, parts of our cycle, and cortisol takes out progesterone. Bad deal. And cortisol is what's known for packing on the middle fat, like the organ fat and the little roll around the tummies, like that sort of thing. The back, all of that middle fat, a lot of it is cortisol levels. And so cortisol is a stress hormone. And you do not want your body to live in a chronic state of cortisol. It's not going to serve you well. So therefore, do this free, simple thing. Get out in the morning, put your feet on the ground. If you work out of the home, just incorporate this into your morning routine. I believe it will really make a difference. Now, if you want to take it even further, this is a time I always praise God. So while I am standing on the planet He created, I am putting my hands to the sky. That also physiologically is a powerful way to stand. You can research. It's so cool. Like different stances actually release different hormones in your body. I mean, it's so cool. And hands in the air as you praise our amazing creator. That is perfect. Go out there, tell Him thank you for the day. Ask the Holy Spirit to go before you in your day. And it's just like you can do so much in that time that can really set you up for a much more successful, healthy day. Hi, Karen. It's great to see you. Yes, walking outside barefoot is fabulous. Now, I will finish my story. So I came to Texas and I was outside in our lawn grounding, doing what I'm telling you about. And then I discovered fire ants. And so there are bugs on the ground. This is a true statement. Choose where you stand wisely if you live in places like Texas, because I quickly learned that fire ants and I do not get along super duper well. Although over the past 6 years, I've noticed that my body doesn't react quite as much to their sting. So whatever that is that used to swell my whole foot up. So praise God for that. All right. Also for heart health, obviously our heart is totally electronic and all these things firing. So this is going to be super important. If you know about the, what is that word I'm looking for? Anyway, your heart rate variability, which I think you want higher. I think earthing or standing on the ground with bare feet also can help that. So that's also a perk. Anyway, we could go on and on, but it's just good. And people say it even helps your skin. So like, hello, ladies out there and guys too, who doesn't want their skin a little bit better? All right. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. Just one simple little wellness hack. You can do it every day. It actually serves so many purposes if you can get out in the daylight in the earlier morning, but even if it's 11 a.m., just do it. I have this thing, done is better than perfect. If you can't do it perfectly at sunrise, fine, go do it perfectly at 11 a.m. If you can't do it perfectly at 11 a.m., fine, go do it at 1 p.m. But remember, it is helping reset your circadian rhythm, helping your sleep quality. So in that way, I am a big fan of before noon is perfect. You know why I love our Wednesday chats? Oh, and our Thursday chats too. But I love these chats because of you, because you guys are on with me, right? What good would it be if I was just talking to myself? I already know all this stuff, whatever. But I love it because we get to connect. And that's the whole name of the series, Doing Life Together. And it really makes my heart sing. So I love your comments actually, because I can't see you, but I can hear you through your comments. So I love that. Hi, Andre. Good to see you. All right. So Rachel, wonderful reminder, an area I want to improve. Hey, Rachel, good to see you. Thank you. Okay. That's just it. A lot of times the human brain needs to hear things several times. Sometimes we need to hear it from different people before it will actually adopt a new habit. So just chalk this down as maybe it's your 7th time you've heard about earthing. Maybe it's your 30th time. But if you're not doing it yet, make this the time. Now, does it matter if it's filtered sun? Now, Karen, there's a lot of debate about the sun, and I can understand that. One of the things I'm excited about as we jump into our wellness workshop time together on Zoom is we're going to be very open and free to be able to deep dive some stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of controversy about what's in our sky and what is our sun, whatever. I am a full out sun girl. Like, I don't filter sun. I don't sunscreen unless I'm going to be out for prolonged periods and I don't want to burn, because I really do think burning your skin, you've got some issues long-term. I'm not a fan, not that I've never done it. Hello, I'm a little Norwegian Dutch girl over here. I've certainly had a sunburn or two, but I've learned how to work with the sun in a way that works with my body. And that is just be out for like 15 minutes, maybe 20, and different opinions there. And especially if you're out in the morning light, you do not need to filter, like absolutely not. The UV rays at that time of day are almost non-existent. Like, ain't nobody getting burned at 7:30 a.m. So if you do early morning sun, it's absolutely not. And again, I would leave your eyes not with sunglasses in the morning. And then at night, so the morning gives you blue light outside. So blue light, we all have heard about blue light glasses and all of that. And that's really important information. The difference is it's all based on what time of the day your body needs the various light wavelengths. Like, God created blue light too, and red light. And so blue light is what sets your circadian rhythm in the morning. So exposure to blue light, when you go out in the morning, you're going to have some blue light, and it's going to tell your body, yay, it's time to wake up, have energy, and have a fruitful day. Now at night, if you put blue light, scrolling your phone in bed, don't. Like, seriously. On so many fronts, I think so many people do this, including some of my family. So I've got 4 boys, hello, teenagers and young adults. But blue light at night is going to disrupt your sleep. And you're going to be like, I don't know why I just can't sleep till 3 a.m. Well, hello, I know why. Because you were not created to have a bunch of blue light at night. At night, God gives us the gorgeous sunset and the campfire. Why? Because it gives us red light, which is amazing. We're going to spend a whole time talking about red light. I love red light. I was counting it up. I've purchased over 10 red lights over the past decade of my life. Yeah, that's a lot of money I've spent on red lights, but I do believe it is one of the health hacks that, but you have to choose wisely. Some of them really didn't work, if I can be honest, and some have been insanely powerful. So if you're looking into red lights, message me. I can send you my current favorite, which I thought my previous favorite was awesome. This one's like taking it to next level. like really cool. I really love it. But anyway, you can message me. I can send you both of those and you can decide which one might fit. Okay. Well, I pray this has blessed you, and I am excited to see you tomorrow night for our wellness hacks. And just like tonight, when we're talking about grounding, like a lot of the things we're going to talk through, it's not about how rocket science they are. It's about getting intentional and actually doing them in your life, and then watching the needle move as you get healthier and healthier naturally. All right. God bless you, friends, and we will see you soon.